Hey, it's Sammy on October 10th. We took 8 trades today. That is a lot of trades. We got a couple break evens and we made 4,350 pips. Let's take a look and check the charts out. This first trade's a little bit silly. It's pre-market. We've got just a few time frames of sentiment, a volatility break, a little bit of momentum. This gray shadow box here kind of stopped us dead in our tracks, had our break even set, so no big deal. See, it just couldn't quite pick up enough steam and rolled back over. This is our red news trade, 8:30 red news inflation. We jumped in this trade. You can see all the data flipped over very quickly. 5 time frames of momentum, 4 time frames in sentiment, and a volatility break occurring. We move our stop loss to break even plus 25 to protect the trade. This is a 5-minute chart, so it looks a little bit different. We're going to lock 720 pips here manually right at this 76.4 Fibonacci level. Here's our open trade. We only had 1 time frame of data to work with, so we just entered the trade very aggressively, moved our stop loss to break even. It's the open, super volatile, so of course we took a break even on that, which is perfectly fine. All right, so the data flipped all back over and we are heading short now. Of course, we missed this shadow box to lock in our profit. It's a very heavy area of support. We can see the red news wick to the left from 8:30 news, and we ended up with a break even. Now we can see we're really locking in some heavy duty data here, and we're back in this trade. Notice how we're locking in 5 time frames of momentum. Our sentiment is growing across the board, so we're going to stay in this trade. Now you can see how we drilled through this shadow box with tons of sentiment, tons of momentum, and we're going to lock in 1,140 pips. We got our classic behavior going here. We are locking in 5 time frames of momentum. 4 time frames, 5 time frames of sentiment are kicking in. So we're going to go ahead and re-enter after this trade, pulled back and tested the 50 moving average and the 76.4 Fibonacci level. You can see we've already protected the trade by moving our stop loss into break even plus 25. All we're doing here is taking a floor trade. We're just going right back down to that previous lock zone for 840 pips. All right, we're hammering again. 5 time frames of momentum, 4 or 5 time frames of sentiment firing, and we're picking up a few volatility breaks. I reloaded my template and forgot to adjust my pip counter, so the multiplier's off by 100. We're going to end up with 500 pips on this trade. It's kind of a choppy day, but we got the data there, so we take the trade. This is that classic framing we like to see. Nice, clean market moves. We can see we entered this. We have 5 time frames of momentum. We got most of our sentiment leaning down, going short. All we're trying to do is get down through that 61.8 towards the low of the day. We already have that stop loss move to break even plus 25 to protect the trade. We're bouncing around down here at pivot in 61.8 and low of day. We're going to go ahead and lock in 780 pips.